What's going on YouTube? It's Legendary323 and we're back with a new video, and in this video we're going to do an overview of the Paradise Arcade Shop OBS MX drop-in kit. What this is essentially it's a Cherry MX switch that's on their custom PCB, and it drops into a Sanwa button housing. It fits right in. The way they engineered the PCB on this made it fit right in, like it's just literally a drop-in. It's simple. So let's go over what comes in the packaging, or in the bundle. So you get the Cherry MX button. So I went with the brown switch. The brown switch is pretty much a silent blue switch. If you're familiar with Cherry MX, they make switches for mechanical keyboards, which are almost in all the mainstream mechanical keyboards, and they have multiple colors that have different feels to it. So in this one I chose the brown ones. However, on the Paradise Arcade Shop website, you can get reds, blacks, blue switches, green switches, clear switches, and brown switches, which is what we have here, what I went with. And I like the feel of it. So the way it looks like they got this to work, they have their custom PCB and a normal Cherry MX switch, and they soldered it onto their custom PCB. As you can tell, the two pins on a normal Cherry MX is pretty much these two right here, and then there's a connector feed, and it comes with the connection, so you could connect the wires from the arcade stick to this PCB. So this is the main portion of it. It comes with this, and then whatever switch you desire to get, then it comes with this connector right here, and this connector connects to the bottom of this PCB like so. And then this is where you connect your wires inside your arcade stick, so you could get input from the button. And here's the housing for this. Is a Sanwa housing. It doesn't come with this, but it comes with the plunger top, since it uses just like a Cherry MX cross pattern. So you can't use a normal Sanwa button top, because it will not work since it's different. But it comes with it comes with these three items: the plunger top, the connector for connecting your wires inside the case, and the Cherry MX switch of your choice. And the board has, let me show you, it has slots to, you could solder on LEDs too, so you can make them light up. Because they, as far as colors for the plunger, they have black, dark gray, like a dark blue, and a clear. So if you're into that LED modding, you could buy the clear ones of these, and you could see the inside of the stick, or the inside of the button, and the color of your switch. So these are not the only Cherry MX switch buttons on the market for arcade sticks. They do have these, the gaming fingers. So the thing about these is, like, the best part about this is you can swap out switches with these. You just pop it out and just put in your replacement. Right here is a Cherry MX blue, nice and clicky. The only thing is, once you put this in, it has like an octagon input instead of a, not input, but octagon casing instead of a circle. So once you get this inside your case for the first time, it is a pain in the ass to get out if you want to switch buttons. But over time, these ridges on the side of the housing, they start to wear down, so they start to pop out real easy. I'll say probably the worst part about this button right here is, say if you're, see, this is the top for it. A lot of people have the issue when they double tap, the button pop off. So I mean, you can push it down pretty hard, but over time they will pop off, and you don't want that to happen during a tournament match or an intense match that's gonna cost you some points or something. So let's put this inside the case. So here's the housing, the Sanwa button housing. And then one thing about these two is they have notches. These little notches right here. I'm not sure if you put in silent pads into your sound buttons, but it has holes right here. These little holes right here. That's where it lays. So go ahead and line it up. If I could get it in there. Okay, there we go. And then they just sit in the 7 box or housing like that. And then you just put the top on. So one thing about this, the whole what I mentioned with the gaming fingers about double tapping and having the top portion pop off, it won't happen with these because they have like, you know, the normal Samuel buttons, they have little locking mechanisms that lock into these holes right here. So you will not have that issue. You just put it in, and then see, right here is where it locks it. So when you double tap, it won't pop out, which is good. Okay, now let's talk about the con of this button. If you have a stick that has tons of wires in it, it's not like neatly put away or neatly organized, this button can be activated from the bottom. So you see I'm pushing this wire in, this will activate the button. So I came across an issue after I was done installing these. I tried to play Mortal Kombat X and no inputs were working. It was because probably half of the buttons I put in were being activated by the wires inside my case. So I had to go in and rewire everything. So that's the biggest downfall. But it can be overcome with wire management. And I'll show you what I did. But yeah, it can be activated from the inside of the case like that. So let me pull my arcade stick and show you. So I have a semi kind of a heavily modded TES. This is the Xbox 360 version. Give me a second. Sorry about that. So I have a Shimizu ball top, a red clear ball top. I have a JLF silent stick. So speaking of the Shimizu, I do not know if this works with Shimizu buttons or Hori buttons. I haven't tried, so I'm not 100%. I do know it works with Samuel buttons. So let me open this and then show you what I have in there. So my stick is modded with the Brook fighting board. So it works with PS4, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360. So as you can see, I had to rewire these. Well, not rewire them, but I had to organize the wire management. So when I close this, none of the wires or none of the buttons are being pressed from the inside. You kind of can feel and you'll know when the button's being pressed from the inside, because when you press it from the outside, it's kind of harder to press. So that was the main thing. But other than that, the buttons are great. I really do like them, and I do recommend them. For the drop-in kit, the cost is, let's see, $375 per drop-in per button. So it's cheaper than using or getting the gaming fingers on its own separately. You can just reuse your old Samuel buttons. So, and that's it. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment down below, and hopefully it helped anyone that was interested in this, because when I was looking up when I found out about them, I looked up to see if I could find any more information, and I did not. I only found one other video, which was from the Paradise Arcade Shop people or workers, or probably the owner, the person that made the buttons, the engineer. I'll call him engineer. So that's that. Thank you for watching. Please hit that sub button, hit that like button. If you got any questions, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And thank you for watching. I didn't mean to make the video this long, but it just happens when you start rambling. Till next time. Legendary 323, I'm out. Peace.